the words out before we were through. Cause you were a blur, a hurricane of hurt, a storm with no calm first, and I was the same or worse. And I don't miss California, I never liked LA. People all seem friendly there, but I don't like to stay. Might go back to Nashville if I had somewhere to play, but I'd go back to Ohio anytime. Oh, you don't ever show. And now I'm moving on, letting go. Cause it's you. It's all thanks to you.
Hi happy campers, I hope you're having a great week. It's 10 days to go until my EP comes out on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Google Play, Deezer, all those places that you know and love. So you can download and stream it as of Friday the 28th of May. Obviously some of you have already got it. It did come out as a CD version last month, so some of you have already heard it, but if you're not a CD kind of person, then you'll be waiting for the Spotify drop, I hope. I hope you'll also enjoy streaming the EP, even if you've got the CD version. Please do give the EP a stream, just to let Spotify know that people actually care who I am, so they might show me to some new people. That's kind of how these things work, so it really helps me out if you give it a stream, give it a share, give it a download. It would mean the world to me if you would do that. You all already give me so much support and so much love, and I've already had so much love for the songs on the EP, so I'm just feeling so super proud and happy and grateful. So thank you so much to everyone for all your love about the EP. If you've got your CD version already, let me know what your favourite track is. This video is just a reminder to please pre-save the new EP, which comes out on the 28th of May, and also I'll be doing a live stream gig on Facebook and YouTube at 8 PM, so please do tune in for that. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about each of the tracks and kind of talk about why I wrote them. So here goes. On Your Side. Oh, 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 oh. On Your Side is a song that I wrote during the lockdown. My partner came home from work. He'd had like a really crappy day and I hated to see him like that, and I just said, you know what? I'd rather be poor. Just quit your job. We'll just be poor. I'd much prefer that than seeing you unhappy. He didn't do that because he's the type of person to just pick himself up from a bad day and get on with it, whereas I am an Enneagram 7, so I like to run from my problems. But he did say he really appreciated the fact that I was adamant that his happiness was the priority. And I was like, yeah, because if I ever came home from work and said I hate my job, you would do the same for me. And I just realised that we do have a really nice kind of friendship and care for each other, and we do put each other's happiness as our top priority all the time. And I thought it was really a great thing that we share in that, and that's what this song is about.
Cause I know for sure that you're always on my
The second track on the album is called Blur. It's song 2, which is a little bit of a joke, but yeah, it's called Blur. I've told this story a few times on live stream, so I'll tell you again. I overheard a conversation in a nail salon, and the girl who was getting her nails done next to me was going to her sister's wedding. I was overhearing all of this information, and she was talking to somebody who was saying, you should take me as a +1, and she was saying, I'm not going to take you as a +1 because my family don't know who you are. And he was saying, how can they not know who I am? I've been in your life for like 10 years. And she was like, yeah, but you're not like a boyfriend. And he had said like, well, I was once. And she was like, yeah, but I never told them about you then, and now it would be weird if I told them about you now because we're just friends. And it kind of seemed like it was flirty, but there was also some hurt there from like things that wrong that he had done to her, and it reminded me a lot of my relationships I'd had when I was young with people, where we were just too naive to really know what was happening and how to properly treat each other. And I was treated badly, but I must admit I treated people badly too, and it's kind of the way that it is you learn to become yourself, and it's sort of the casualties along the way, and you are almost a casualty of your own youth as well. And so yeah, it's kind of about all those feelings. This conversation that I overheard just really made me smile, because I think a lot of people have those relationships they hold on to a little bit too long, because maybe that person reminds them of a time in their life that they'll never get back as well. So that's what Blur is about. That's track 2.
Cause you were a blur, a hurricane of hurt, a storm with no calm first, and I was the same or worse.
Track Track 3 is called Back to Ohio, and it's the only track on the EP that you haven't already heard because all the other ones were released as singles. It's called Back to Ohio. I actually wrote it way back in 2016. So in 2015, I was invited to play a gig in Ohio, and I'd never been there before. When I told people I was going there, people were like, why are you going there? It's like the middle of nowhere, like it's like middle America, like no one cares about it. It's got no personality, it's got nothing about it that's interesting. So I've got to go and play this gig, but I'm not expecting very much. And I met this wonderful family who really just took me in as their own and just made me feel like I belonged there. And I didn't want to leave by the end of it. I just fell in love with this little town in Ohio. The song itself, I wrote it about Ohio, but it's also about all those little towns that I've been to visit. I've been so lucky with gigging to go and visit little places and found that, yeah, those places might not be as famous as like Hollywood or New York City, but some places have wonderful people in them that will mean that you'll never forget them. And I have found some of these small towns more unforgettable than Austin, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, New York City, all these like famous places. But my favorite place in America has to be in Ohio, this little town. I wrote it in 2016 after I got back from Ohio, but I didn't release it. I did put it out and a few people liked it. I put it on my YouTube channel and my Patreon, and people did like it, but I just felt like it had quite weak verses and I didn't really know what to do with it, but people kept mentioning it, so I felt like it might be a good idea to revisit it and try and redraft it. So I took it to a co-writer called Katie Ray, who is an incredibly talented country music songwriter, and we workshopped it together and we came up with this finished piece, which I'm really, really proud of, and the production by Elliot Vaughan is just perfect. I'm so pleased with it. I think everyone who was involved has just done a great job.
Thought I'd miss those city lights, but for one night it feels like coming home for the first time. Never thought I'd see those Midwestern skies in this light, but I'm coming home and I don't miss California.
Track 4 is called Don't Hold Your Breath. I released it as a single quite recently, so you might recognise it. It's kind of a sad one and kind of a personal one. I won't go into like huge detail, but it's about anyone who's had someone in their life you feel like they just let you down consistently over and over again, but for some reason you keep giving them your trust and your expectation and your hope because you really want them to deliver on their promises and they never do. It's about the moment that you realise that you just can't anymore, you're just not going to wait for them anymore, and when you let them go, it's such a relief. And it sounds like a sad one, but it's actually, for me, was a really great time of realisation that I needed.
I'm not as weak as I was last week. I'm not as weak as I was last week. I'm not as weak as I was last week. I'm not as weak as I was last week.
And the last song on the album is called Thanks to You. It's the first single that I released from the EP, and it came out in August of 2020. I recorded the entire EP at home in my little cupboard during the 2020 lockdown, and Thanks to You was the first song that I worked on with Elliot Vaughan, who is such a great producer and mixing engineer and drummer, and he worked on all the tracks. We have a really similar kind of taste in music, so I felt like he really got what the sound was that I wanted. And Thanks to You was just such a fun one to work on together as a first track because it's so happy, and I felt so grateful to be working on new music and writing and recording. This song is just so full of joy, and I wrote it about my fiance. We got together in 2017. We actually met in 2009. I'd love to tell that story sometime. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested. Maybe we'll do a couples Q&A. But I met him in 2009, but we got together in 2017. And when we got together, it just made my life so much better. And I had a great life before, to be honest. It was just such a lovely, lovely thing, and it made my already wonderful life just absolutely perfect. That's what Thanks to You is about.
It's all thanks to you. It's all thanks, and I guess that I'd go you to thank for the smile on my face, 'cause every day feels new.
So that's my EP, and it's out on CD. I've actually only got 10 copies of the CD version left, so if you want a CD, you're gonna have to get it soon. I'm not doing a reprint of these because once they are gone, that is my sign from the universe to make this EP into an album. I have actually been working on the first 2 tracks of the next EP, and I'm going to add these 5 songs onto that and do another 5, so I'm going to be having hopefully a 10 to 12 track album that I want to release by the end of the year. But for now, it's an EP, it's 5 tracks. I'm incredibly incredibly proud of them. I really want you to hear it. I hope that you will download it on Spotify or get the CD version. But if you want to download on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Amazon Music, Google Play, there is a link in the description to pre-save. If you pre-save, it helps me out quite a lot, because then all those places think, oh, this girl must be a big deal. Maybe we'll put her in the release radar, and maybe we'll put her in a playlist for new music. So that would be a great help to me, and it helps me continue make my living as a musician. So if you want me to keep doing that, then please pre-save and download and stream. And thanks for all that you do to make me happy and fill me with joy. There'll be no Wednesday video next week because I am releasing a lyric video for Back to Ohio on Friday, so look out for that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!